Yeah.
New city rules, gotta learn them on your feet. Gotta learn them on your feet. New city rules, gotta learn them on your feet.
New city rules,
Gotta learn them on your feet.
every block got its own specific beat. New city rules, the unwritten come first. New city rules,
Read before you speak or you'll burst.
moved to the city with a bag and a reference. Nobody knew my name. The deference of the blank slate is the most underrated. Advantage in the relocation, weighted by nothing, no prior reputation. Operating as either ceiling the foundation. Just the current work and the current day. I listened for 6 months before I'd say anything of substance in the room. 6 months of the rib before the bloom of the contribution. That's the new city. Rule of the transplant. The pity of the early talker is the room that never opens fully. The patient, the endeavor of the listener earns the room in time. Month 7, I had the full paradigm of the specific social infrastructure of the new city. The architecture of who defers to who and why and where the actual decisions get made and where the announcement of decisions lives. The new city rules 6 months, that's what gives.
New city rules, gotta learn them on your feet. New city rules, gotta learn them on your feet. New city rules, gotta learn them on your feet. New city rules, gotta learn them on your feet. New city rules.
The era of the transplant is the compare. The constant reference to the elsewhere, the there. That was before the room, the here's. The back home comparison endears nobody to the newcomer. The new city needs the full presence, not the pity of the incomplete arrival I made. The compare mistaken month 2 paid for it in the specific cool of the room that heard it. The rule is arrive fully or arrive later. The partial arrival is the crater in the foundation of the new relationship. I corrected in month 3 the ship righted, but the lesson was expensive. New city rules, total comprehensive.
New city rules, gotta learn them on your feet. New city rules, gotta learn them on your feet. New city rules, gotta learn them on your feet. New city rules, gotta learn them on your feet.
Year 2, I know the new city rules entire. I'm the one who explains them to the next arriving fire of the transplant who shows up with the compare. New city rules, pass them forward, that's the care.
New city rules, gotta learn them on your feet. New city rules, gotta learn them on your feet. New city rules, gotta learn them on your feet. New city rules, gotta learn them on your feet. I learn them 6 months. New city rules, 6 months. New city rules, 6 months. 6 months. 6 months. Football map, pass it forward. Pass it forward. Pass it forward. Pass it forward. New city rules. New city rules.
Under pressure, that's when the real comes out. Under pressure,
That's when the real comes
under
out.
pressure, that's when the real comes out. Under pressure.
That's when the real comes out.
I thought I knew myself until year 5. The year the pressure hit and tested whether I'd survive. The specific version of the hard that came. Not survival in the dramatic frame. In the quiet frame of the daily sustain. Under the weight of the delayed and the strain. Timeline of the thing I built for. Year 5 pressure was the metaphor made real. The gap between the claim self and the actual self got named by the response to the hard year. I found out I was more afraid of the unclear than I admitted. Found out the patience I claimed had a specific ancient limit I hadn't reached before. Found out 3 strengths I didn't know I bore until they were the only things between the standing and the fall and the unseen assets of the self revealed by the pressure. Under pressure, the genuine treasure.
That's when the real comes out.
Under pressure, that's when the real comes out. Under pressure,
That's when the real comes out.
under pressure, that's when the real comes out. Under pressure,
That's when the real
team
comes
under
out.
pressure showed me who each person was, not who they represented in the buzz of the easy times. One person I had rated high for 3 years became someone I rely on less, not because they failed dramatically, but because under pressure, practically, their contribution shrank to what served them first. As someone I'd underrated burst into the thing the team needed most. The specific strength became the host of the whole operation's capability. In the hard months, the agility under pressure is the only credential that proves the whole resume essential. Watch the team under pressure, not in the calm. The real ratings are under the psalm of the difficult. Year 5 taught me that.
That's when the real comes out.
Under pressure, that's when the real comes out. Under pressure,
pressure years anymore. I use them, the pressure is the door to the accurate map of the actual. Under pressure, real factual. Under pressure, that's when the real comes out. 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 That's when the real comes out. That's when the real comes out.
Year 5 pressure found the real, use it.
Yeah. Word for word for word for word. Yeah. Proof,
Yeah, proof for work, the only credential accepted here. The clear evidence in the thing made, not the claim, the name. Built in the doing, not the announcing. The pronouncing of the work speaks louder than the stated plan. The claim without the proof is the loudest noise. The boys who talk the most are built the least. The beast of the consistent maker says nothing early to surely arrive result announce itself without help. The shelf of the made work is the only real resume. The way of the proven show the thing, not the plan for the thing. The ring of the announced attention phase by Tuesday. The new day arrives and the work is still or is not done. The run of the consistent practitioner builds without announcement. The pronouncement comes after, not before. The floor of the credible is the completed work. The quirk of the talker always planning, never arrive.
for work, for work, for work. Work, grab it. For work, for work, for work. Grab it. For work, for work, for work.
I counted the hours I spent explaining instead. The dread of the honest accounting talk cost time. The rhyme of the explained plan is not the executed plan. The span of the years I described what I was going to do versus the years I did it. Different columns, the solid math of the honest productivity audit. The credit of the made thing is permanent and clear. The sheer weight of the completed work needs no defense. The dense explanation of the uncompleted plan is cheap. The keep of the credibility is the consistent delivery. The spillery of the intention into the result, the only path. The math of the proof, let's talk more making the taking of the hours back from the announced plan.
Proof for work. Yeah, yeah, proof for work, for work. Work on it. Proof for work, for work, for work. Work on it. Proof for work, for work. Work on it. Proof for work, for work, for work.
The proof accumulates, it does not. The lot of the consistent maker is the body of work, the quirk of time. It shows what was actually done. The sun rises on the archive of the completed. The seated years of the daily practice become visible. The risible claim of the talker meets the archive of the maker. The taker of the honest comparison knows immediately. The specifically built thing answers every question. The lesson of the proof makes something real. The deal of the creative life is the completed work. The word is cheap, the made thing is the argument. The department of the proof accepts one currency. The urgency of the make is the answer to the claim. Do the work, the proof will speak.
Proof for work, for work, for work. Proof for work, for work, for work. Proof for work, for work, for work.
The made thing needs no defense.
Proof for work, for work.
The made thing needs no defense. Talk costs time, the honest audit. The archive answers every question. Do the work. The proof will speak.
Yeah, raw footage of the block, no color correction. The detection of the actual color, not the grade. The made for consumption fade. The raw footage of the Tuesday, the specific Wednesday. Correction of the Tuesday, remove the groove. Habit of the honest recording, the hoarding of the actual. The Instagram of the gram versus the actual Tuesday. The way the actual Tuesday looks on the raw, the floor, and the beauty in the same frame. The same light that shows the crack, shows the life, the knife of the raw cuts, the performance. Raw footage, no edit on the life.
Raw footage, no edit on the life, the flaw and the beauty, same frame. The flaw and the beauty,
Raw
same
footage of the self, the ungraded version, the dispersion of the composed self when the camera's always on. That hammer of the constant recording, the hoarding of the actual self in the raw, the law of the raw footage of the self, the shelf of the performance cleared, the feared version of the scene fully, just the person, the worsen of the myth by the raw, the flaw of the myth that can't survive the raw footage, the footprint of the actual, all that's left.
Raw footage, no edit on the life. Raw footage, no edit on the life. The flaw and the beauty, same frame. The flaw and the beauty, same frame.
I live in the raw footage now, the how of the unfulfilled life, the cheaper, the reaper of the performance anxiety, the anxiety of the performance removed by the law of the raw life. What you see is actual, the contractual relief of the unperformed, the norm, exhaustion of the performed life replaced by the embraced raw, the specific ease of the honest, the keys of the actual giving back, the lack of the performance surplus of the rare.
Raw footage, no edit on the life. Raw footage, no edit on the life. The flaw and the beauty, same frame. The flaw and the beauty, same frame. No color correction. The flaw and the beauty, same frame. The myth can't survive the raw footage. Raw footage. Raw footage.
Yo. Man, the most honor ever been. Young and broke. The most honest I ever been. Nothing to protect, so nothing to spare. Young and broke. The clearest version of the mind. Young and broke left the best parts behind.
Yeah, 20 years old with 40 in the check-in. The rent due Friday, the specific reckoning of the young and broke is the arithmetic of the survival that makes you quit. In ways that comfort never does. Every dollar trapped because it was the last dollar in the real and present way. No theoretical scarcity, the day of the actually empty, and the decision of the actual priority. The precision of the young and broke financial mind is the most honest account, and you'll find no waste, no friction, no comfort spending, just the specific math of the pending and the available. I ran the tightest books of my life at 20. Nobody looks at the broke year as the education, but the broke year is the foundation. Yo, young and broke, the most honest I ever been. Nothing to protect, so nothing to spare. Young and broke, the most honest I ever been. Nothing to protect, so nothing to spare. Young and broke, the most honest I ever been. Nothing to protect, so nothing to spare. Young and broke, the clearest version of the mind. Young and broke left the best. Jerome and I shared an apartment with a broken heater and a landlord who moved slower than a meter. Reading on a holiday weekend, we heated the place with the oven extended. The logic of the creative problem solving to everything that year. The revolving ingenuity of the resource constrained. I learned more about what I actually needed that year than in any year of plenty. The stripped down version of the many revealed the actual few that mattered. The work, the people, the rest scattered away when the budget forced the honest. Young and broke is the most honest inventory of the actual necessity. 20 years old, 40 in the account, still the clearest I ever been. Young and broke, the most honest I ever been. Nothing to protect, so nothing to spare. Young and broke, the most honest I ever been. Nothing to protect, so nothing to spare. Young and broke, the most honest I ever been. Nothing to protect, so nothing to spare. Young and broke, the clearest version of the mind. Young and broke left the best parts behind. I tell my son about the broke year with affection, not as the cautionary tale, but the reflection of the most precise version of myself. Young and broke built everything on the shelf. Young and broke, the most honest I ever been. Young and broke, the most honest I ever been. $40 broke a heater, oven almost honest, yeah. $40 broke a heater, oven almost honest, yeah. do it up, do it up, do it up, do it up. Second city, do it up, do it up, do it up. Second city, do it up, do it up, do it up. Second city, do it up, do it up,
Yo, second signature on the dotted line. The first one cost me everything, this one's mine. In a different way, earned through what came after. Second signature built on the disaster. Year 3, I lost the whole thing in a week. Not dramatically, just as specifically. Cause trust that comes from one decision made too fast without the consultation to trade. Of the long relationship, for the short gain is the oldest mistake in the game. I made it knowing it was wrong and made it anyway. That's the version I tell now, the honest display of what actually happened versus the revised narrative I carried for 2 years, disguised as circumstance. It was a choice, owning the choice was the hardest voice I ever had to find. Not the apology, the accurate accounting, the eulogy of the thing I broke and why I broke it at accounting was the second signature's ticket. Second signature on the dotted line. Dotted line. Second signature on the dotted line. Second signature on the dotted line. Dotted line. No. Second signature on the dotted line. Second signature on the dotted line. Dotted line. No. Second signature on the dotted line. Second signature on the dotted line. Thomas gave me the second signature after 18 months. Not because the 18 months erased the stunts of the first failure, but because the 18 months were documented and consistent. The fonts of the rebuild were visible in the record. He said, I watched what you did after the beckon. Trust is slower than the original, but it's deeper, the provisional. First trust is built on potential. The second trust is built on the sequential evidence of the corrected behavior. Second signature, Thomas was the savior of the operation by being specific, not the forgiveness speech, the terrific clarity of here's what I need to see, and here's the timeline I delivered. He signed, that's the second signature economy. Second signature on the dotted line. Second signature on the dotted line. Dotted line. Line. Second signature on the dotted line. Second signature on the dotted line. Dotted line. Line. Second signature on the dotted line. Second signature on the dotted line. Dotted line. Line. Second signature on the dotted line. Second signature on the dotted line. Dotted line. The second signature is harder to earn and worth more. Every deal I make now I treat like the restore of the original, because I know the cost of the signature lost. Second signature earned held this time. Second signature on the dotted line. Second signature on the dotted line. Dotted line. Line. Second signature on the dotted line. Second signature on the dotted line. Dotted line. Dotted line. 18 months, consistent time and sign held up. Held up. Second signature. Yeah. Second signature. Little far. Second signature. Ball. Know what up. 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 Know what up.
Funk keepers, the ones who held the groove through the drought, the shout of the commercial, attempting to replace the face of the authentic, block the locked treasury of the funk held by the keepers, the reapers of the inauthentic, the funk itself, the shelf life of the fake groove, brief the relief of the authentic arriving. The room, no, the show of the real funk is the room response. The fonts of the real produce the involuntary. The coronary of the groove is the next snap, the gap between the performed groove and the actual, the contractual. Body knows before the mind.
Funk keepers, holding the groove down the town. Funk keepers, holding the groove down the town. The reapers, holding the groove down the town. The reapers, holding the groove down.
The funk don't need description. The inscription of the real is the response it produced. The caboose of the argument about authenticity. The specificity of the body's response to the actual, the contractual. Fake produces the considered response. The fonts of the actual produce the physical, the spherical, not of the authentic groove. The groove, don't ask for the opinion, it produced the response. The font of the opinion arrive after the laughter of the groove, it already happened. The happened, authentic is done by the time. The rhyme of the opinion forms.
Funk keepers, holding the groove down the town. Funk keepers, holding the groove down the town. Reapers, holding the groove down the town. Funk keepers, holding the groove down.
We held the funk through the years of the commercial, the dispersal of the authentic by the market. The target of the commercial is the volume, the solemn keeper of the authentic. Volume irrelevant, the relevant is the groove. The groove survived the thrive.
Arrived authentic through the commercial winner. The printer of the real running underground, the found. Fuck in the basement, still here. The clear evidence of the hell, the groove. Keep up, holding the groove down. The town. Keep up, holding the groove down. The town. Keep up, holding the groove down. The town. Keep up, holding the groove down.
The authentic survive, the commercial winner. The groove running underground. The body knows before the mind.
Funk keep us, funk keep us.
Or stagnate, there's no standing still. Every living system either builds or kills itself with the comfortable plateau. Move or stagnate, which way you gonna go?
The organism that stops adapting starts declining. Not dramatically, the slow unwinding of the edge that took years to build. The comfortable position gets filled with the comfortable thinking and the comfortable circle and the comfortable able to predict what you already know day. That's the beginning of the stagnate way. Not the dramatic failure, but the slow erosion of the shark. The yes I know of the person who stopped finding new things. To know the edge is in the rings of the discomfort of the new room, of the skill that doesn't bloom without the specific effort of the reach. Move or stagnate.
There's no standing still. Oh.
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 I restructured the operation every 3 years. Not because it was broken, but because the gears of the current design had reached the limit of what they could produce with what's in it. The ceiling of the current version is the floor of the next. The immersion in the discomfort of the rest structure is the price of the next chapter. I watch organization stay in the structure past its productive life. The rapture of the familiar running out the clock on what could have been the next block of growth. Move or stagnate is not just personal, it's organizational. It's the eternal law of the living system applied to everything that wants to survive. Move every 3 years, move again. Move or stagnate.
There's no standing still. Oh.
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 Year 9 of the current version, restructure due. I know it before the numbers do. The edge has been comfortable for 8 months now. Move or stagnate, that's the vow. Move or stagnate.
There's no standing still. Oh.
Move or stagnate.
There's no standing still. Oh.
Comfortable for 8 months, time to move again.
Lord, stay ready.
Yeah. The Lord stay ready. Lord stay ready.
Lord, stay ready.
Lord stay ready. The paired position maintained. The trained body at rest is not the untrained body at rest. The best rest of the prepared is the loaded rest. The test of the ready, the response time, the rhyme of the prepared and they arrive to thrive. Ready, need and they arrive. The time between the call and the response. Minimum, the premium of the ready. No lag, the brag of the ready is the response. The fonts of the prepared, the speed.
Lord, stay ready.
Represent, maintain, the trained rest is the loaded rest. The test is the response time. Ready, steady, state of the Lord ready.
Lord, stay ready. Lord, stay ready.
Yeah.
Lord, stay ready.
Shit up.
Lord, stay ready.
Ready is
is a daily practice. The cactus of the unready, pretending. The bending of the unprepared. Under the arrived, the derived. Scramble of the already. The heady panic of the arrived. Unprepared for the score of the ready versus the unready. Under the arrived, the thrive. Ready to survive, unready. Different outcomes, the sums of the daily preparation. The summation, paid in the arrived moment. Lord, stay ready. The position maintained. The train rest is the loaded rest. The test is the response time ready. The steady state of the Lord ready. Lord, Lord, stay ready. Lord, stay ready. The Lord, stay ready. Lord, stay ready. The Lord, stay ready. The lords who stay ready dominate the arrive, the thrive, Lord, under every condition. The commission of the ready is the condition, independent performance, the independent of the condition, the prepared, the shared quality of the Lord's readiness, the steadiness of the maintained ready, the heady position of the always prepared, the dead arrive, finding the ready, Lord, the chord of the arrive, and the prepared, the pair, the veddies of the ready. Lord, stay ready. Lord, stay ready. The position maintained, the train rest is the loaded rest, the test is the response time ready, the steady state of the Lord ready. Lord steady. Lord stay ready. Lord stay ready. Lord stay ready. Daily preparation, paid in the moment. The arrive, finding the ready, condition, independent performance. Lord stay ready. Stay ready. Different every time I come back. The old neighborhood looks different every time I come back. The old neighborhood looks different every time I come back. The old neighborhood looks different every time I come back. Yo, the old neighborhood looks different every time I come back, and exactly the same. That's the paradox in the track of the memory, running parallel to the real. The old neighborhood still teaching, still the deal. The corner store is a nail salon now. Been there since '98. I still see the chair of Mr. Chen behind the counter in the space that's occupied by someone else's place. A business, the corner that I knew, persists in the overlay of the view, the current and the remembered. Simultaneously I remember the smell of the store before I see the sign of the current business. That's the line between the body's memory and the eye's report. The body holds the neighborhood in court of the internal. No matter how the surface change, I walk the route from the bus stop to the place I stayed for 18 years. The feet remember the distance between the landmarks, the ember of the habitual route, still glowing in the legs. The old neighborhood, the body begs the question of the change and unchanged. The old neighborhood looks different every time I come back. The old neighborhood looks different every time I come back. The old neighborhood looks different every time I come back. Mrs. Harrison, still on the third floor, 40 years in the same apartment, same curtain, same years of the daily visible from the street. I rang the bell, she buzzed me up, we sat for an hour in the same kitchen where she used to feed me after school a chair. I always sat in it, still the same chair. The kitchen unchanged in 30 years, the care of the maintained is its own kind of answer to the question of the impermanence, the cancer of the everything must change narrative. Mrs. Harrisons who live in the permanent by choice and by the craft of the daily maintenance. She laughed about the neighborhood the same way she always did, with the full authority of someone who never hid from any version of the change and block. Old neighborhood, Mrs. Harrison, 40 years, same lot. The old neighborhood looks different every time I come back. The old neighborhood looks different every time I come back. The old neighborhood looks different every time I come back. Every time I come back. Left at dusk, the route back to the train. The same route every time, the feet retain what the eyes try to update. Old neighborhood stays and the body won't vacate. The old neighborhood looks different every time I come back. The old neighborhood looks different every time I come back. The old neighborhood looks different every time I come back. The old neighborhood looks different every time I come back. Mrs. Harrison, third floor, 40 years, same curtain still there. Yo, 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 yeah, yo, 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 yeah, yo, 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 yeah, yo, 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 trust architecture is built like a house. Trust architecture. Trust architecture, every layer earn trust architecture. Yo. The first mistake of the trust builder is the rush, trying to compress the timeline to push to the internet before the intermediate. Trust has a natural pace to beat. The pace is to build on the unset concrete of the still curing relationship meet. The timeline where the timeline is, not where the impatience says it is. Every layer of the trust architecture has a cure time and structure. Can't hold the next floor until the current floor is dry. The current investment of a consistency in the delivered word bills, the layer shivered into instability by the premature load of the next expectation cure. Time, that's the first rule of the trust bill. Trust architecture is built like a house. Trust architecture. Yeah. Trust architecture is built like a house. Trust architecture. The second rule is the load test. Every relationship will be stressed. The stress isn't the enemy of the trust. It's the diagnostic, the robust. Trust architecture. Welcome to load test. Because the solid foundation is the best. Revealed under pressure, not in calm. I've had relationships that look calm and cracked under the first stress. And relationships that started less and smooth and built to something solid. Through the navigator, difficult to stolid. Trust is tested. Trust I don't avoid. The difficult conversation to destroy. Comfort of it easy, I run toward it. The trust architecture rewards it. Trust architecture is built like a house. Trust architecture is built like a house. Trust architecture. 12 relationships in the active trust architecture. Each one at a different floor of the structure. 2 at the foundation, 3 at the second, 7 above. Trust architecture built with the precision of love that doesn't confuse the feeling with the structure. Trust architecture. Trust architecture is built like a house. Trust architecture is built like a house. Trust architecture. Foundation, cure time, low test, 12 floor solid. Trust architecture. Trust architecture. Yeah. Trust architecture. New city rules, gotta learn them on your feet. Every block got its own specific beat. New city rules, the unwritten come first. New city rules, read before you speak or you burst. Move to the city with a bag and a reference. Nobody knew my name, the deference of the blank slate is the most underrated advantage. In the relocation, weighted by nothing, no prior reputation. Operating as either ceiling or foundation. Just the current work and the current day. I listened for 6 months before I'd say anything of substance in the room. 6 months of the rib before the bloom of the contribution. That's the new city, rule of the transplant. The pity of the early talker is the room that never opens. Fully the patient, the endeavor of the listener earns the room and time. Month 7, I had the full paradigm of the specific social infrastructure of the new city. The architecture of who defers to who and why and where the actual decisions get made and where the announcement of decisions lives. The new city rules. 6 months, that's what gives. New city rules, gotta learn them on your feet. Every block got its own specific beat. New city rules, the unwritten come first. New city rules, before you speak or you burst. New city rules, gotta learn them on your feet. Every block got its own specific beat. New city rules, the unwritten come first. New city rules, read before you speak or you burst. The era of the transplant is to compare the constant reference to the elsewhere, the there. That was before the room that hears the back home. Comparison and diz, nobody to the newcomer. The new city needs the full presence, not the pity of the incomplete arrival. I made the compared mistake in month 2. Paid for it in the specific cool of the room that heard it. The rule is arrive fully or arrive later. The partial arrival is the crater in the foundation of the new relationship. I corrected in month 3. The ship righted, but the lesson was expensive. New city rules.
total comprehends.
New city rules, gotta learn them on your feet. Every block got its own specific beat. New city rules, the unwritten come first. New city rules, read before you speak or you burst. New city rules, gotta learn them on your feet. Every block got its own specific beat. New city rules, the unwritten come first. New city rules, read before you speak or you burst.
Year 2, I know the new city rules entire. I'm the one who explains them to the next arriving fire of the transplant who shows up with the compare. New city rules, pass them forward, that's the care.
New city rules, gotta learn them on your feet. New city rules, gotta learn them on your feet. New city rules, the unwritten come first. New city rules, read before you speak or you burst.
6 months, this a month 7. The full map, pass it forward. Pass it forward. Pass it forward. Pass it
Yeah, the specific way to rain. Not all rain the same. The name of the rain type in the body before the forecast. The past of the bodies I just give reading, conceding of the specific weather knowledge in the skin. Yeah. There are 17 types of rain in my body's vocabulary. The primary distinction, the rain that arrives and the rain that was always there. The wear of the ambient drizzle versus the specific impact. The tact of the body's weather station. The nation of the era's weather reading. The specific terrific weight of the May rain versus the October. The Grover, May is tentative, apologetic. The pathetic fallacy, I don't use it. The rain of October is committed, the admitted difference. The body reads it. I name each kind when it arrives. The specific way to rain. Y'all know rain the same. The specific way to rain. The specific way to rain. The smell of rain before rain is the oldest forecast. The past of the petrichor and the ancestral. The spectral knowledge of the incoming rain and the smell, the cell of the forecast app versus the nose. The nose knew first, it always knows first. The thirst of the pre-rain air. The specific, terrific preparation of the air before the moisture heavy. Pressure of the incoming, the coming. Rain announced in the air 20 minutes before. I trust the nose before the phone. The known forecast of the body older than the app. The map of the incoming in the air. Way to rain. The specific way to rain. And a way set. Specific way to rain. The specific way to rain. After the rain, the specific different air. The wear of the post-rain air. Distinct territory, the mandatory relief of the post-rain atmosphere. The lecture of the washed air to the pre-rain. The chain of the atmosphere before, during, after. The rafter of the smell after the rain. The specific, terrific distinction of the washed air. The chair outside after the rain. There's different furniture. The nurture of the specific and the sensory. The glory of the paying attention to the actual rain. Specific, not generic. This rain now, this way. The specific way to rain. Yeah. The specific way to rain. 17 types in the body's vocabulary. The nose knew first, it always knows first. Before, during, after, the Adamary chain. This rain now, this way. This rain now, this way.
Shot.
One shot. One shot. One shot.
Yeah. My father's tools are in the bag by the door. The same bag I watched him carry before. I was old enough to carry anything. My father's tools still teaching everything. He kept the tools in a specific order, each one in its place. The border between the use and the maintain was clear. He said the tool that's cared for doesn't fear. The hard job, the tool that's left in rust, fails when you need it most. The trust between the craftsman and the instrument is built in the cleaning, the cement of the maintenance ritual after every job. I was 7 handing him the knob, headed screwdriver, watching him wipe each one before it went back in the bag. Done right means done, including the cleanup. The job isn't finished at the wake up of the done. It's finished when the tools are right for the next job. That's the working insight. My father's tools,
The maintenance is the lesson.
my father's tools are in the bag by the door. My father's tools,
The maintenance is the lesson.
my father's tools are in the bag by the door. My father's tools,
The maintenance is the lesson.
my father's tools are in the bag by the door. My father's tools,
The maintenance is the lesson.
he passed me the bag the year he couldn't work. The hands that built 30 years didn't shirk the ceremony of the passing. One by one, he placed each tool and told me what each one was for, including the ones I thought I knew. The hammer has a specific way to do the nail that isn't obvious. The wrist, the angle, the weight behind the fist. He showed me again as if for the first time. Not because I didn't know the paradigm of the passing is the restatement. This is what I know, this is the placement of the knowledge in your hands now. Yours, my father's tools, the maintenance, the chores of the careful, all of it in the bag. I carry it everywhere, not as a flag. A sentiment is working equipment. My father's tools.
This is the lesson.
My father's tools are in the bag by the door. My father's tools.
This is the lesson.
My father's tools are in the bag by the door. My father's tools.
This is the lesson.
My father's tools are in the bag by the door. My father's tools.
This is the lesson.
One shot. Chip in the bag by the door. Chip in the bag by the door. One shot. Soul stab alone, bass on one kick, slow vinyl snare two. My son watches me clean the tools after the job. 7 years old, handing me the knob. Had a screwdriver, the bag is already his. He just doesn't know it yet, that's what it is. My father's tools.
This is the lesson.
My father's tools are in the bag by the door. My father's tools.
This is the lesson.
My father's tools are in the bag by the door. My father's tools.
This is the lesson.
My father's tools are in the bag by the door. My father's tools.
This is the lesson.
7 years old. The bag already his. Pass it right. Pass it right.
Yeah, y'all know what I mean, it's the verb, maybe that's, yeah, know what I mean, it's the verb, maybe that's, know what I mean, it's the verb, maybe that's, you know what I mean, it's the verb, maybe that's, yo. No, you know what I mean, it's the verb, maybe that's, yo. Yeah. The Photocopier at Midnight, the after hours office, the office. Empty as its own them crews get the uses of a late building specific and honest. The modest territorial claim of the after hours worker. The office after 10 belongs to a different people. The steeple of the hierarchy inverted by the hour. The power of the after hours. The building belongs to you. The view of the late office, nobody performing. The forming of the work in the empty building. The yielding of the social architecture to the actual, the factual work happening without the audience. The obedience to the task without the observation. The nation of the after hours worker is the honest one. The done work at midnight, real. The still of the empty office. Focus the specific, terrific solitude of the late building. I do my best work when the building's empty. The Photocopier
Photocopier at midnight. Know what I mean? Just the pork lady, that's yo, you know the copier at midnight. You know what I mean? Just the pork lady, that's yo, you know the copier. The photocopier at midnight has its own sound, the found on Tuesdays of the empty floor. The floor of the after hours office amplified the applied attention of the late worker, the quirker. Sounds of the building audible now. The vow of the H5 to his schedule. The pedal of the air through the duct at midnight. The right hour for the undistracted, the facted work of the empty building. You hear yourself think in the empty office. The office is thinking space available only after 10. I learned this at 23 and kept it. The photocopier at midnight. You know what I mean? This the ball play me that. Go to the photocopier at midnight. You know what I mean? It's the walk maybe that. Go to the photocopier at midnight. The after hours population recognizes each other. The other late worker in the elevator. The nod, the odd brotherhood of the after hours building. The yielding of the professional performance at 10 p.m. The whim of the rank is all by the hour. The tower of the hierarchy horizontal after 10. The yen of the after hours worker. The work itself, not the shelf of the credential or the audience of the scene. The lean into the actual I am here for the work. The quirk of the late building is honest space. Everyone still here at midnight chose to be no performance, just the work. The photocopier at midnight. You know what I mean? Just the walk maybe now. The photocopier at midnight. You know what I mean? Just the walk maybe now. The photocopier at midnight. The building empty belongs to you. The H5 keeping its schedule at midnight. The nod in the elevator at 10 p.m. Everyone still here chose to be. Everyone still here.